Next order.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Good morning, honorable members. I have the following communication to make. A, on governor's message on nominees to the County Executive Committee. Honorable members, you recall that yesterday, Tuesday, the 18th day of October 2022, I did convey a message from Her Excellency Honorable Wavinyandeti on nominees to the County Executive Committee pursuant to Standing Order number 39. However, I wish to make this correction that Ms. Catherine Mutanu Raphael is the nominee for the Department of Water, Irrigation, Environment, and Climate Change, and not Water, Irrigation, and Climate Change. B, visitors in the public gallery. Honorable members, I wish to acknowledge the presence of teachers and pupils of Kilungu Primary School in Matu Ward who are here on a learning exercise. Honorable Judas Ndawa will get an opportunity to welcome them when he will be moving his motion. Thank you, honorable members. On that account, I wish to really welcome the pupils of Kilungu Primary School together with their teachers. The learners are 38 in number, and I'm happy to have you around here. I would like you to feel very much appreciated and welcome. Make sure. I understand the Honorable Chief is also present. Welcome, the area chief of. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I would like to welcome you here and tell you to the pupils to make use of this opportunity to learn what happens in the house, how we transact business here, and then you learn. You can also go back and use these skills for your debates back at school. Is that okay? Thank you. So, karibuni sana. Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
And next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
I wish to invite the majority leader to proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, that aware that the Committee on Powers and Privileges is established pursuant to Section 15(5) of the County Assembly's Powers and Privileges Act 2017 and Standing Order number 189A. Further, aware that the committee comprises of the Speaker, who shall be the chairperson, Deputy Speaker, and not more than 3 other members nominated by Assembly parties and approved by the House at the commencement of every session. Informed that pursuant to Section 15(4) of the County Assembly's Powers and Privileges Act 2017, the committee is mandated to inquire into the conduct of a member whose conduct is alleged to constitute a breach of privilege in terms of Section 16 of the said Act, aware that the assembly parties have nominated members to serve in the committee. Honorable Speaker, I wish to give notice of motion that pursuant to Standing Order 189A, this House approves the following members to Powers and Privileges Committee, in addition to the specific members provided under the Standing Order 189A and B. Number 1, the Honorable Nicholas Nzioka. Number 2, the Honorable Constance Nzioki. And number 3, the Honorable Mary Ndenya. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Also call upon our next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Next order.
Order number 8, motion. Conferment of Matu, Kadhiani, Masi, Mwala, and Masinga towns to municipalities.
Honorable Judas Ndawa, proceed and move your motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Judas Ndawa, representing the great people of Matu. Madam Speaker, before I move the motion, I will take this opportunity to welcome my pupil from Kilongo Primary School, together with the teachers. In the team, I also have the ward manager, who happens to be my PA, Benjamin Bithi. And in the team, we have the area chief, Madam Susan Kingo. Madam Speaker, in 1 minute, I can read the names of the teachers so that they can also feel welcomed. We have the ND teacher, Robert Moindi. We have Charles Bithi. We have Alphonse Malika. And teacher Alphonse Malika is the one who can claim the ownership of this visit. I will tell you why. We have Edward Malelo, Scholar Chalo, Purity Mutuku, Alice Mwando, Jessica Mwema, Angela Ndambuki, Benedict Sumbe, who is the chairperson of the PTA. We have Benjamin Bithi, who is my PA. We have Jeremiah Kaluli. Jeremiah Kaluli used to be my campaign manager, and he had to get this opportunity to be here. We have Francisca Mulei and John Diko. Honorable Speaker, as we were campaigning, I happened to visit this school. In fact, I was supplying water to the school because of the drought we have. And the class teacher, Mr. Malika, requested me to talk to class 8 pupils. And he just gave me one topic. Would you mind to tell these pupil what is counter assembly? That was the only assignment, Madam Speaker.
Very important.
So I just went to the class. I met the pupil. I told them what is counter assembly, what are the laws of the counter assembly, and who sit in the counter assembly. Sure. Then from there, I told them, because I've taught you theoretically, I want you to see it practically. And I promised, if I will be elected, I will make sure you attend. You come to Machakos County Assembly when the proceedings are ongoing, so that you can be able to see for yourself. So that is the origin of the trip. So I want to welcome them and advise them. I'm very sure from the people who are seated here, in the future I can see legislators here. Sure. One day, some of the people here will sit in this Lancaster House, sure, to deliberate issues of Machakos County. So we need to nurture the youth. Allow me, Madam Speaker, to go to the main business. Honorable Speaker, aware that Article 184, sub-Article 1 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, states that the national legislation shall provide for the governance and management of urban areas and cities, and shall in particular establish criteria for establishment of areas and urban areas and cities, establish the principles of governance and management of urban areas and cities, and provide for the participation of residents in the governance of urban cities, urban areas and cities. Aware that Section 37 of the County Government Act provide for the role of the County Executive Committee in urban areas and city planning. Further aware that through this legislative role as enshrined in Article 185 of the Constitution, the Assembly approved a report on regional and integrated strategic urban development plans of 16 urban centers. Aware that the aforementioned report, Matu, Kadhiani, Masi, Mwala, and Masinga towns were recognized and approved as urban cities amongst other urban cities. Noting that with the growing population, there is need to upgrade Matu town, Kadhiani, Mwala, and Masinga urban centers to municipalities. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move the motion that the County Executive Committee fast tracks the conferment of Matu, Kadhiani, Masi, Mwala, and Masinga towns as municipality status. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. You may call your seconder.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would wish to call an honorable member who is interested also and interested to affected party. So, Honorable Ndambuki from Kadhiani, because your town has been mentioned, kindly second the motion.
Honorable Speaker, I second.
Thank you. I now propose the question that the County Executive Committee fast tracks the conferment of Matu, Kadhiani, Masi, Mwala, and Masinga town to municipality status. I now invite members to debate this motion. It's your floor, members. Mheshimiwa Kaviu.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and to the members, the constituents of Matu Ward, welcome to the County Assembly. And Madam Speaker, I would like to support the motion that has been moved by the Honorable Member, Matu Ward. Having come from a region that is a beneficiary of the municipal creation, I want to indicate that if the request that has been made by the Honorable Member is implemented fully, this will help spur economic growth in the regions of Matu, Kadhiani, Masi, and Mwala, and Masinga towns, because one, this is going to ensure that the donor funding for Machakos County will also go up, and also this will also be an opportunity to improve the revenue collection for the county at overall, because having municipalities in those regions will mean closer administration at the grassroots level, and also it will also create an opportunity for the regions to come up with creative ways that can generate more funds, and also they'll be able to chart a future for those regions. Secondly, Madam Speaker, implementation of the same will discourage the issue of rural-urban migration, because once those areas are conferred to the status of municipalities, it means job opportunities, and also it will also encourage people to start investing in those areas. So that will be a plus for our county based on the agenda for the governor, that she's looking forward to see an empowered county of Machakos. And lastly, Madam Speaker, this will also create opportunities for local produce that are produced in those regions, especially Yata, Masinga. They are ahead in terms of farming and also in terms of mining. And for information, Madam Speaker, our people are being exploited by brokers. So having a closer administration at the ground level, that will give the members of the said areas an opportunity and a direct control to ensure that they are able to source for markets for the products that are produced within those localities. So on that note, I stand to support the motion. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Kaviu. More contribution, DS, proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Stephen Mwande, representing the great people of Kalakale Katini Ward. Madam Speaker, I too stand to support the motion that those concerned should convert these towns. Madam Speaker, I happen to have been in the second assembly, and we had a similar conversation or a motion that was passed, and probably somebody did not do his or her duty to make sure these towns have been converted to municipalities. It's a great loss because we understand the advantages that comes with the municipality status of towns. And so we call upon the new administration to fast track and move fast so that we may have these municipalities in place. Honorable Speaker, when you find on that motion, though it says Masinga town, I want to believe the town that is being referred to is a Kalakala. That's why we have Masinga town.
Order, Madam Speaker.
Okay, Mheshimiwa.
Madam Speaker,
Mheshimiwa.
Madam Speaker,
DS.
I think the Deputy Speaker is not the move of this motion. And they just want to hijack and amend a motion which he has not sought for an amendment. So I think, Madam Speaker, the Deputy Speaker is out of order. Thank you.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. The Deputy Speaker, restrict yourself to the motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I still want to insist because I happen to have been in the second assembly.
I say restrict yourself to the motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I will, but for the reason that
Point of information.
For the
Point of information, Madam Speaker.
Sorry, the motion.
For appointments of doubt, Madam Speaker. When we talk of Masinga town will take care of Masinga sub-county. All the town within Masinga sub-county are taken care. When we talk of Matu,
which includes what? Which places?
Huh?
Which includes?
a ward cannot need.
Yes.
The ward which will be captured will be a Karakara. Kiva will also be in, and no, didn't know. No, Modesia, no. We have Masinga town, a Kalakala, and Kiva. For Yata, Matu will take care of Wekombe ward, will take care of Ndalani ward and Kidimani ward.
Okay.
For Kadhiani, all the neighboring wards are taken care.
Thank you.
So members should not be worried about what is in the order.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa, for that clarification. DS, it's clarified. Please, kindly.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, for a town to be given a municipality status, there is a requirement. There is that number that needs to be there. And giving an example, I'll be giving an example of Kangundo, Tala municipalities. Those are two towns that were brought together so that they may achieve the required number of residents for them to qualify for that. And that's why, Madam Speaker, during that time we included those towns so that we may get such a number. It might be called Masinga and another town for it to acquire that number so that we may have it as a municipality. Probably Masinga town alone may not qualify to get
Order,
that
Madam
number.
Speaker.
So, Madam Speaker,
Madam Speaker.
Let honorable member finish then.
So, Madam Speaker, I do support the motion that whoever is concerned should fast track this motion and move fast so that we may also those regions, those towns may get those advantages or finances that comes with the donors. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, DS. Mheshimiwa Mwanga.
Madam Speaker, before I start my contribution to this important motion, allow me first to appreciate Kilungu Primary School, which borders Masinga Central Ward, on southern part of Masinga Central. Madam Speaker, I also want to thank the mover of the motion, the leader of minority, Mheshimiwa Judas Ndawa, but not Judas Iscariot. Madam Speaker, I want to thank him because in his thinking and in his motion, he has included Masinga, which borders Matu. Madam Speaker, aloud I will quote a Kikamba saying, Mutui, atume aulongi ndoje inyunga, end of the quote. Madam Speaker, the upgrading of Masinga town, Matu, Mwala, Kadiana and Masi, I can say it is overdue. Madam Speaker, it is overdue.
Honorable member, kindly interpret what you have just said in another language that is not the language of this.
I have started by saying, as a neighbor, he has included. He has not moved the confinement of Matu only to the status of municipality. But as a true neighbor, he has included Masinga. So, that is what that Kikamba saying means. Mutui atumea ulongi ndoye nyunga. I had not moved the motion. So he comes in as a good neighbor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you.
Madam Speaker, I was saying the confinement of these towns to municipalities, it is overdue. Madam Speaker, under the old dispensation, that is under the old constitution, before the 2010 constitution, Matu was a town council. Kangundo was a town council. In Machakos, which was formerly Machakos district, we had 5 local authorities. One was Masako County Council. We had Machakos municipality. We had Mavoko municipality. We had Kangundo town, and last but not least, we had Matu town. Madam Speaker, what was the criteria of upgrading those markets by then? A market which had or was surrounded by 4 locations represented by councillors, they automatically by that time became town councils. While we under the old constitution now, Masinga would be a town council. Madam Speaker, why I'm giving this history is to tell these members we also borrow some things, and also judges and the legal minds like you, Madam Speaker, also rule some cases by giving examples or borrowing issues or history which happened before.
They are called precedents.
Precedents, Madam Speaker. You know I'm not a legal mind, but I'm trying. Madam Speaker, so in this, I don't want to say much, but I'm asking this House, we move fast and approve this motion and the relevant authorities should move fast track and implement and upgrade these towns to municipality status. Finally, Madam Speaker, when members are contributing, it is a bad practice to move from the matter at hand and try to include other matters. Madam Speaker, I want to tell my Deputy Speaker that it doesn't work in the Minister of Planning.
Point of order, Madam
He
Speaker.
cannot be giving statistics
Okay.
of
Point
how
of order,
many
Madam Speaker.
of the population of Masinga. Thank you.
Let him give his point of order.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to believe the honorable member is trying to kill this motion. Immediately by excluding those other towns, surrounding towns, Masinga will not be qualified because it is documented the number of residents in that town. So I request him to allow that motion as it is, and the reason why we have Masinga towns, so that that town may get that number of 150. In fact, it used to be 250 residents of that town. So by that, Masinga will qualify. Otherwise, saying that we don't need Kalakala and those other towns around will be killing the motion. So thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Madam Speaker, I'm still on the floor. One, I've not said we exclude a Kalakala, and this house can bear me witness. I've not talked of a Kalakala. What I've said is, you cannot say as an honorable member, Masinga does not qualify, or it does not meet the threshold, because you don't work in the Minister of Planning. You cannot come here and start giving false statistics.
Point of
Madam
information,
Speaker, thank you.
Point of information, Madam Speaker.
Point of information. Mheshimiwa.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and the mover of this motion. Madam Speaker, I don't see why these honorable members ought to exchange as if the House has not adopted this motion. And if need be any amendments that have to be done, Madam Speaker, this motion is guided clearly. This motion is guided clearly by the Constitution of Kenya. That is Article 184, subsection 1, Article 185. I don't want to go into further details. When you go to the County Government Act, Section 7, when you go to the devolution laws, Volume 2, from Section 8, from subsection 1 to 4 and 9(1) to 4, it clearly outlines the procedure of how municipalities are supposed to be created.
Sure.
So they don't have to exchange in the presence of learners who want to be future leaders in this assembly. We only need to be informed that they are settled roles.
Point is taken.
They are settled roles, Madam Speaker. So we need to pass this motion so that
You are
the laws
supporting
can
the
be
motion.
applied.
Are you supporting the motion?
I'm supporting the motion 100%.
Okay.
We need to apply the settled rules and regulations which outline how a municipality can be created, Madam Speaker.
Point of order from Majority Leader.
Thank you. Madam Speaker, the honorable member suggested that we are exchanging. We are not exchanging. We are debating for the benefit of the same motion.
Thank you for that.
Point of order, Madam Speaker. Noted. I retrieve my arguments. All what I'm saying is, it is here the debate. But what I'm saying is, let us just invoke the law. The standing orders, the County Government Volume 2 outlines clearly, the numbers.
What Mheshimiwa is saying is that you use the word exchanging.
I have already withdrawn, Madam Speaker, and said we are engaging.
Yes,
they are engaging, having an unhealthy debate.
Thank you.
So what I'm saying is, Madam Speaker, let us pass this motion.
Yes.
And invoke those set out regulations of conferring a town into a municipal status. It is clearly outlined in the law.
It is.
It is there. So I support the motion and say, Madam Speaker, just to add, it was a point of information, and with the grant of leave, Madam Speaker.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Can you quote the standing order that I'm out of order, Madam Speaker?
You are out of order.
Madam Speaker, allow me to proceed.
You have supported.
No.
I have supported the motion. I just want to add something because I'm not
good
going to
enough.
do it again.
That's good enough. Thank you, Mheshimiwa.
Thank you.
Information, yeah?
Is it point of information? To support? Are you supporting the motion? Support the motion. I'm only taking supporters of the motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to support the
Madam
motion.
Speaker, would you allow me to give us more information so that
It's
members are not
it's
lost?
not necessary.
I am
It's not
well
necessary.
informed, Mheshimiwa.
We
I
are
ju-
on course. We are
I-
on course.
Okay, thank
We
you.
are
I
on
just want to
course.
refer
We are
them
on
to
course.
what I've read.
Thank you.
We are on
Thank
course,
you, Madam
Mheshimiwa.
Speaker.
Yeah,
I
proceed.
rise to support this motion.
Thank you.
For 3 reasons. Municipalities worldwide are known as engines of development. If you go to the US, they start the lowest level at the municipality level. That's where you can access government funding. So they are very important. If you go to Europe, and especially in England, they call them boroughs. And that is where development starts. We have seen what Machakos municipality, Kangundo Tala municipality, and Mavoko municipalities have been able to achieve in the short period that they have been in existence. There's a lot of work on our roads and on our parking and on our markets. So it would be unfair not to establish municipalities in other areas that qualify, that meets the threshold, so that we have development for our people. Number 2, there are also municipalities are also source of employment. If we create municipality, we are also creating employment for our people, because there is going to be establishment of municipal boards and also support staff for the same. Finally, they are also going to be a source of revenue for our county, because within the municipality setup, they are supposed to raise their own revenue, have their own budgets, and spend it. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I support.
Thank you. Let me just make one clarification. For this motion to have been brought here today, those thresholds had been looked at and found to be meeting the thresholds. So when we start discussing about the threshold, we are going back. So just let's debate the motion that is before us by supporting or not supporting. And I'm only picking people, members who are discussing the motion. Point of orders and other things that are wasting our time, we don't want to do it. Mheshimiwa Wandi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First, I want to thank the mover of the motion, who happens to be our senior, the minority leader, for bringing Kilungu, is it primary? Primary school here. And if I'm in order, am I allowed to greet them? Good morning, pupils. Thank you. This is a good gesture, and I think they will leave here motivated. And I think it will earn you your 3rd term, if God so pleases. I want to support your motion for upgrading the said markets into municipalities. Of course, it will spur growth, it will improve the livelihoods of the people living around the proposed municipalities. But on the flip side, those people should be ready now to start paying parkings, to start, the licenses will go up. I think they are prepared for that. But as a county, it will increase our revenue, it will increase creation of jobs, and of course, I think for our people, it will be a positive note. So, Madam Speaker, I want to support and urge my Masinga brothers. There is a Kamba saying which says, and I'll say it in English, because if I say it in Kikamba, it might come out very bad. When 2 great dogs fight during the mating season, that a lower grade dog might come in and
Take advantage. Point taken.
Thank you. So let them not fight. If they continue fighting, Masinga might lose. Thank you. I support.
I'd like to give the opportunity to debate this motion to Mheshimiwa Douglas. We go to Mheshimiwa, who has not contributed, Mheshimiwa, after which I go to Mheshimiwa Helen, not this set. Who? Mheshimiwa Lloyd, in that order.
Thank you, Madam
Then I'll
Speaker.
Pick another bunch after that.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for catching my eye. I wish to support this motion moved by our minority leader, and I'll applaud him for including my hometown, which is Masi. Madam Speaker, with these municipalities and confirming these towns to municipality, they come with a lot of development to our people. They also attract not only local, but also international funding. For instance, Madam Speaker, if you compare a town like Kangundo, Tala, which were conferred to municipalities in the last regime, the kind of development in those areas is so much big. And bringing the same in our local towns, we are serving our people in the right direction. I know there are some cost implications. Our people will pay higher taxes. Our people will pay more for licenses in those areas. But also the kind of infrastructural development.
Is it higher taxes or they will pay taxes?
They will pay higher.
Is it higher?
A
or
license,
just taxes?
when you are running a kiosk in Machakos town,
Yes.
you don't pay the same as a person having a same kiosk in Kibauni.
Okay.
Yes, that is what I mean.
Okay.
So, I'm clear now. Thank you. So, I support the motion, and it's my plea that we move the speed and confer these towns to municipality. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Who was the second? Mheshimiwa.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Ndaka from Tala Ward. I'm here to support the motion, and I'm very happy now to inform the House that I've now seen the fruits of having a municipality. I came from Tala, where the municipality was started in the last regime. And this is a way of bringing equality in all parts of the county. So what Honorable Ndawa has brought in this House is very much important, because if we have a municipality in all those towns which have been mentioned in this House, the investors will going to spread in all part of the Machakos County, and it's a way of creating employment for our youths. So, Madam Speaker, I'm here to support the motion. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Mheshimiwa Lloyd, after which Mheshimiwa Katiti.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Mutua Lloyd, Special Elect Maendeleo Chapchap Party. I wish to support the motion, but first I would like to thank my minority leader for bringing the peoples from his ward. This is a good gesture for mentoring them for the future leaders. The conferment of municipalities or the eligibility comes with various functions of which should be met. Such functions comes with job opportunities because of what should be met for our town to be confirmed to a municipality. This, as our majority leader has said, is an engine to the development or smooth delivery of services to the people of Machakos. Therefore, I support this motion because it's to bring benefit to our people. And as much as these functions are coming, it will help those areas to qualify to get the donor funds to continue developing those areas. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mheshimiwa Katiti. From there, Mheshimiwa Mbuva, Mheshimiwa Matthew.
Thank you, Madam
Mheshimiwa
Speaker.
Maike. And then we conclude with Zora.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to applaud Mheshimiwa from Matu for factoring in Masi town, because it neighbors my ward, Mudedeni. One of the advantages of the municipalities will be just to meet those unmet needs. Like there will be clean water, health services will be nice, the roads will be accessible, and everything that is required for municipalities will be met. The economic value of those municipalities will grow and will be enough for the people of Masi and those environment markets. Thank you. I support the motion.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Mheshimiwa Mbuva.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity. I also stand to support the motion and thank the Honorable Minority Leader for developing and presenting it in the House. The biggest object of the 2010 Constitution, the biggest benefit to the Kenyan people was devolution. And this motion seeks to achieve the real objective of devolution by bringing services closer to wananchi in close villages. So this motion is very important, and the cost-benefit analysis, I've heard also voices pointing what would be the implication in terms of increased rates and so forth. But the benefits far much outweigh whatever costs may come with it. The small increment that may arise in terms of licenses cannot be compared even to the value and price of properties in those areas. Wananchi who have plots and properties in those towns, the value of their properties will now have increased spontaneously. So it is a huge benefit because our communities own properties in those areas. Madam Speaker, I stand to support.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Mheshimiwa Matthew.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Matthew Ndunda from Kangundo North Ward. I do support this motion on basis of Millennium Development Goals, equally to the Vision 2030. By enhancing this will of the people, basing on the matters of upgrading these towns, it will ensure that at least issues of road services, issues of market, and also matters concerning with holistic development are much advanced. And therefore, by upgrading the very said towns, it will at least focus the ideology of Mwananchi. Because now, for example, like I was in Masinga the other day, and you'll find that by upgrading the very town, it will make sure that, as my honorable colleague members have said, at least there will be great development in matters of lands, in matters of healthcare, and also social services, whereby our people will be in a position to get what they deserve at a closer point. Because, for example, like issues of getting services of town council, it will make sure that at least our people, they don't go far in getting such kind of services, and therefore ensuring that development are much achieved in a right way. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Maike.
Thank you very much,
You are the next.
Madam Speaker. I stand on this floor to support that motion that the minority leader has brought to the House, and also uphold him for bringing the future leaders and bringing the student from Kilungu
primary to come to the house and learn from us. That motion is one of the motion that all of us should embrace and support it holistically, because if it were in our position and in our legislation abilities, the whole of Machakos County could be put into those small clusters, and because it's something that comes with a lot of benefit. My prayer is, after these towns have been conferred, because where I come from, we had the same opportunity. Kalama and Kola lies under Machakos municipality. But unfortunately, all those benefits, we've not benefited from them. So on top of getting Masinga, all those towns conferred to be, I pray that this house will come up with a follow-up mechanism. So that is not a municipality on paper. Like for us, we've been paying high rates in Kemutua, a town which is here, in Mumando, where a lot of people are there, and even in the whole setup of municipalities, we were in Machakos municipalities, but we are not enjoying those services. So I pray, even after confirming these towns, let there be a way the people, if it's in the committee of planning and development or wherever committee is concerned, we ensure that those things come to happen. And my prayer is that as they do budget for this, also they consider our towns, Kemutua, Kola, Changala, because we are under Machakos municipality and we are benefiting. So I stand
supporting the motion?
To support the motion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have I finished? Zora, then Mheshimiwa, then Mheshimiwa Ndeti. You are the last. Dominic, you really want to say something? Okay, then you will be the very last.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Grace, Grace Bahati, MCA, Cheleni Ward. And I'm really happy and honored to see the people from Kilongo Primary School. As the Chair of Education, I'm really happy for you to be here. Most welcome. I really support this motion. Having seen the benefits of our municipality, the Kangondo Tala municipality, we've seen the growth in our county. Reason being, we have the local controls, which means we bring services closer to our people, which has been the greatest challenge in the people of Machakos, getting services that we know they are in dire need for their daily to-day work. The other thing, of course, municipality will help us achieve the long-term goals as a county and also as a nation. We also, one of the things, of course, will reduce the rural-urban movement. By what? One, will attract more opportunities for investors. Our people, whether their lands or their businesses that they are doing, will attract more opportunities for them. The other thing, of course, they will increase the revenue collections, which will be able to help our people and also our county and generally our nation at large. We also definitely attract investors. So I do support this motion. It does not just benefit those towns, but also it benefits the whole people of Machakos. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Who's the next? Yes, sir. Thank you. Proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Mine is to talk about Muthesia. So I want
introduce yourself.
To support the motion because my name is Daniel Muindi, Honorable Member from Muthesia. First, I thank the people of Muthesia who elected me as their leader. Again, I support the motion because there is a very big advantage to Masinga people. And Mwanga, I want Mheshimiwa Mwanga to say, I want Muthesia to be included in Masinga, to be a beneficiary of Masinga, because municipality comes with a lot of advantage. So I want my people to be included in that municipality of Masinga. Thank you. I support the motion.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Mwindi. Mheshimiwa, yes, proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am Francis Kitaka, representing the great people of Nalani. I want to support the motion that for the creation of the municipalities. When you refer to the existing towns that are mentioned or included, the municipality will help a lot, even in terms of town planning. In the neighboring lands and location around there, you find that people have been allocating market centers without the planning. So this will outrightly assist in the planning of the towns and also bringing closer the services like water, sewerage, and also fire engines in those areas. So I rise to support.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Mheshimiwa Ndeti, then finally, Mheshimiwa Dominic, although you supported the motion, but I'll give you an opportunity to say something.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm Helen Ndeti, Special Elect by Wiper Party. I stand to support this motion. Fortunately, I happened to be in the Committee of Lands, Energy, and Environment, and this is a committee that worked on this municipality status for these cities or towns within our county. While almost everything has been mentioned, I still feel that I should mention that land in Kenya is becoming scarce. If you look at Nairobi city, development is going outside of the city because land is very expensive, and even to get enough to put up a factory is an issue. If you look at Mavoko municipality, we have got very many factories coming up, and land is also becoming more scarce and more expensive. So with the confinement of these towns of Matu, Masinga, what do you call it, and Kathiani, and so forth, I see an area where foreign investors who want to bring their factories into this country so that they can produce goods and re-export them to other parts of the world. I see growth in that area, and that as a result will create employment, and bring foreign exchange to our country. So it is important that we support this motion and let it be passed immediately. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Mheshimiwa Dominic.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Honorable Dominic Ndambuki, representing Kathiani Central Ward, which is one of the areas that are proposed to be covered by the proposed municipalities. Honorable Speaker, it goes without saying that money follows functions. Therefore, by creating these new municipalities, we'll be injecting money into these areas and we'll be growing the economies. I will allude to what Honorable Kitaka said, that the value of property in those areas will go up, and therefore, Madam Speaker, will be capacity building our people that we represent in this Honorable House. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I support.
Thank you, members. I now wish to put the question that the county executive.
Order, Madam Speaker.
Sorry.
Move out the motion.
Sorry. And now a caller upon the mover of the motion to reply.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I will start by thanking the honorable members for the contribution that they have given. In fact, at some point, one of the honorable members was seeing a civil was being attacked by another one. But that is how debates are conducted in our assemblies, including the national assemblies. So nobody went outside. Honorable Speaker, the matter before the House was also discussed here in the last regime. And this House approved the same business. And at some point, it is as if somebody slept on his or her job, because the business was committed to the county secretary, who was supposed to report back within 14 days. The county secretary was supposed to work with the committee which is handling the issues of land. And up to date, Madam Speaker, no report, there is no report which has reached this assembly. So that is why we decided to bring it back here. The standing orders are very clear. The business can be brought back after 6 months. And since we deliberate on this matter, it is over 1 year. So it was worthy to reintroduce the business again. Honorable Speaker, I want to clarify some of the issues which were being raised here by members. There is the issue of threshold. Honorable Speaker, Section 9, subsection 3 of Urban and Cities Act 2011, and set a very big population. The threshold was between 70,000 and 249,000 residents. But in 2019, an amendment was done to the same regulation. And that amendment was signed by His Excellency the President on 19th of March 2019, which reduced the threshold from between 70 to 49 to 50,000. So the number was brought down. So, Madam Speaker, the towns we are proposing here qualifies. And when I was moving the motion, I said this House approved 16 towns. It is this town plus others. We cannot bring all the towns to be approved same day. So this is phase 1. We will come with phase 2. So in case your town or your ward is not mentioned, worry not, my dear brother and my dear sister. Yes, Madam Speaker, the difference between minutes and notes and also resolution is implementation. If you pass or you take some minutes for some issues to be done and they are not implemented, those minutes turn to be notes. If we pass resolutions here in this House and they are not implemented, the resolutions turn to be notes. We are not going to be taking notes here, Madam Speaker. And let it go on record. This is the first assignment we are giving our most able governor, Honorable Wabina. We brought this business here. It was discussed, but the county secretary was supposed to handle the matter, did not do our part. And that is why we are here debating the same matter here. So I'm requesting the committee that is going to be assigned this business, together with the implementation committee, we want this thing to be concluded as soon as possible so that we can have these municipalities in place. Honorable Speaker, what are the benefits of this municipality we are talking about? Madam Speaker, the county has only 2 ways of getting finances: the equitable share from the national government and the own source leveling. The other little money that we get is from donors. Madam Speaker, if we approve this motion and if we have these municipalities in place, this is going to be another source of income. I want to cite an example of the existing municipalities. The last financial year, Madam Speaker, the county got over 1 billion shillings, which was distributed between the 3 municipalities. Machakos town here received 300 million. Mavoko received 274 million. Tala Kangundo got 441 million. If you tabulate all that, you will get over 1 billion. And I want to demonstrate what is 1 billion. Madam Speaker, 1 billion is not little money. 1 billion shillings is money that can be spent by a child from day 1 the child is born today, and can sustain that child from day 1 up to the 30th anniversary, each day spending 100,000. That is what we call 1 billion shillings. A child is born today, the child spends 100 shillings, 100,000, tomorrow 100,000, up to 30 years. That is what we call 1 billion. So if we get this billion, I'm very sure most of the problems affecting our areas and our wards will be solved by this.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa.
Madam Speaker, you are aware when the president of the superpower, America, Honorable Barack Obama, when he visited Kenya here, there is one word he told us. He said we are living in a world of limited resources. If America, which is a superpower, are feeling that we have limited resources, what about our country, Kenya? What about our county, Machakos here? We need to come up with ways of getting resources so that we can be able to assist, reduce. Even if we cannot finish all the problems, we can reduce them to somewhere. So, Madam Speaker, I'm proposing. There is a saying in Kiswahili which says, "Pema pasipo pemwa pema si pema tena."
Thank
Pema pasipo pemwa tena.
Shorten your reply.
Yes. Pema pasipo pemwa pema si pema tena. So this is the high time we should pema this. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Mheshimiwa. I now put the question that the County Executive Committee fast tracks the conferment of Matu, Kadhiani, Masi, Mwala, and Masinga town to municipality status. As many are of the opinion say aye. Aye. As many are of the contrary opinion say nay. Ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9, motion, approval of members to Procedure and House Rules Committee.
May I call upon Majority Leader to move that motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, aware that the Procedure and House Rules Committee has established under Standing Order number 187 comprises of the Speaker as the chairperson, the Deputy Speaker, members of the Speaker's panel, and not more than 3 other members. Informed that the said committee is tasked with the mandate of proposing amendments to standing orders, and that standing orders is a crucial guide in determining how business in the Assembly is conducted and how members behave. Aware that the 3 Assembly parties, namely Wiper Democratic Movement, Maendeleo Chap Party, and United Democratic Alliance have nominated members to serve in the committee. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move the motion that, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order number 187, this House approves the following members to Procedure and House Rules Committee, in addition to those specific members provided under Standing Order number 187, Sub-Order 2. Number 1, the Honorable Jackson Daka. Number 2, the Honorable Brian Kisila. Number 3, the Honorable Boniface Katiti. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Kindly call your seconder of the motion.
I wish to call upon the Minority Leader to second the motion.
Minority Leader, proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I do second the motion on the following ground. Madam Speaker, in any institution, there must be somebody or a team which is responsible for addressing matters which need to be addressed. And for this assembly, we know we are about 60, and sometime somebody can go against another one. This committee, when we have it in place, it will be able to address the matters. And I'm very sure the distribution of membership is well balanced. So I support the motion.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. I now propose the question that, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 187, This House approves the following members to Procedure and House Rules Committee in addition to those specific members provided under Standing Order 187-2, Honorable Jackson Daka, Honorable Brian Kisila, Honorable Boniface Katiti. I now invite the members to debate this motion. It is a straightforward motion. We don't need to really belabor on it. I invite only 2 members to do that. Mheshimiwa Mwanga, then Mheshimiwa Ndeti.
Madam Speaker, the minority leader is warning me not to oppose the motion. I don't know why he's telling me so. But Madam Speaker, looking at the composition of this motion, the composition of this committee, it lacks, that whole committee will lack the 3-quarter gender rule. However, Madam Speaker, I'm not in any way disapproving this motion. I'm supporting it 100%. Madam Speaker, allow me finish.
Yes.
Looking at the composition of the committee, we have the Speaker herself who will sit in that committee. We have the Deputy Speaker, and if my mind serves me well, I know the composition of the members of the Speaker's panel. We had only 1 member who is a lady. Madam Speaker, and here 3 names of honorable male gender have been brought to this House for approval. Madam Speaker, I just wanted it to go on a record. Honorable Mwanga raised that issue, but I'm supporting. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mwanga. Mheshimiwa Ndeti.
Madam Speaker, I stand here to oppose because of the same reason that Mheshimiwa Mwanga has brought. It's good to consider gender, to that gender.
Point of information, Mheshimiwa.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to inform my dear friend here, Mheshimiwa, that when we were distributing members to committees, we had to balance and ensure that each and every member get at least 4 committees. So there was no way we will say we distribute 2 men, 2 ladies, when other members do not have even 3 committees. So the reason for coming up with this list is to ensure that there is equity in the distribution of the committees. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you for the information. I understand now. I didn't know where you are coming from, but when I looked at the composition of the members, I got concerned that women are not being considered. To that gender must be considered in this House. Thank you.
Mheshimiwa DS.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Again, I'm Honorable Stephen Mwande, representing the great people of Kalakale Katino Ward. Madam Speaker, I do support that motion that the 3 members be approved by this House. The issue being raised of gender, I think all members have been, all the members, the 60 members have been put in various committees equally, and on that same perspective, for example, you go to the committee on broadcasting, you will find it's only 1 man in that committee. The Speaker and others are ladies. So to some extent, that area of gender has been taken care of. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, DS, for that clarification. I now wish to move. Yeah, I wish to invite the mover to reply. The mover of the motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wish to reiterate that we took a lot of consideration on the 1 gender rules. It is not, we should not look at the rules, procedure and house rules singularly. If we may want to look at all committees, and you will see that the 1/3 gender rules have largely been taken care of. However, I want to thank members for supporting the 3 proposed members. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, members. I now put the question that pursuant the provisions of Standing Order number 187, this House approves the following members to procedure and House Rules Committee in addition to those specific members provided under Standing Order 187. Suborder 2, Honorable Jackson Ndaka, Honorable Brian Kisila, Honorable Boniface Katiti. As many as are of the opinion say ayes.
Ayes.
As many are as of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Next order. Okay, honorable members, I would like to have some little interaction with the pupils and the teachers of Kilungu Primary School after this. Otherwise, so that we can mingle and interact and have a feel of each other, and then maybe take a photo. Is that okay? Thank you. And members, maybe the honorable member for that ward can join us, and any other honorable member would wish to be with us. Thank you. At this moment, I would like to adjourn the House to Wednesday, 19th of October, 2 p.m. 2:30 p.m. Sorry.